I'll never forget as a freshman, he couldn't make our preseason conditioning workouts running. And he was probably about 275, 280 when we got him.
When I got to the University of Florida, all the big guys could make the conditioning workout, but Matt Bonner could make it. I mean, everybody could make it.
But when practice started, he was never tired. He never set out. He could run every single time. It's one of those unique guys where he couldn't do the running in the preseason, but never didn't run the floor when practice started. And from that moment in time, we realized there was just this guy's heart beats a little bit different.
He is the greatest warrior I've ever coached.
Unto it all.
Oh, my! No good. Haslem the rebound, puts it up and scores.
When you walked in the gym and he came in the gym, there was a presence about him.
UD to me is like, he's the big brother.
Everyone listened to him. If he said something, you listened to what he was talking about.
I learned a lot from him.
We all had such respect for him.
And have tremendous respect for him.
Because he was a winner. Udonis was the ultimate team player.
I had about 4 or 5 NBA people come in and work him out. And the consensus was that he needed to be able to step away from the basket and shoot more jump shots. And he had the opportunity to do that. But when it came to winning, he knew at Florida no one could stop him inside.
You could not stop the guy on the low post. I don't care who you were. Yeah, he might be 6'7", 6'8", and you might be 7'2", but he's scoring on you every time in the post.
Now, a lot of kids, when they're told they got to improve their shooting, they want to coach a lot of times just to let them shoot jump shots. After this workouts were over with, Udonis came to me and says, Coach, for us to win, I need to play inside. And you know what? I'm going to play inside because I want to win.
I know when Udonis left, I think he had won more basketball games than any other Gator to ever put on a uniform.
Out to Haslem, puts it up, scores, and they got fouled.
All through college, people would ask me, you know, who's the best player you ever played against? And, you know, up until that point in college, my answer was always Udonis Haslem.
Looks to throw it into the lane for Haslem. He turns, shoots, and scores. Hooks the pass into the lane to Haslem. Turn around, 10-footer, yes.
He was a year ahead of me, so for me, once he left Florida and he didn't get drafted, it boggled my mind.
There's certain guys that don't fit into quote-unquote the NBA box. Okay, you're a power forward. You need to be this height. Your arms need to be this long. You need to be this kind of athlete. You need to have this kind of skill set. Udonis was a guy that didn't fit the box physically.
And we always thought that if they just give him a chance, because everybody talked about, you know, he's not what position he's not going to be able to play this or do that, and we're like, oh, you're right. We don't have an answer for you, but if you just give him a chance, we'll guarantee he figures it out.
It's an old cliche, but he really epitomizes the cliche of you can't measure someone's heart.
The thing that I really respect about him is he didn't give up on his dream. He went and played overseas.
Had to go to Europe, spent 8 months in Europe, came back, had the opportunity to try out for the Miami Heat. I walked in, it was like 50 guys, and they were only keeping one, so I mean, at that point, it was just like do or die. I just never forget. The deciding factor when I made the squad, we were doing a drill, and I forget whatever drill it was. The shot came off, and the rebound bounced away, and nobody chased the ball except for me. I went and got the ball. And then Coach Riley looked at me and he said, well, why did you go get the ball? Why were you the only one to go get the ball? And I said, well, you know, I didn't hear a whistle. And it was as simple as that. It's how I made the team out of 50 guys. You know, my grandfather stays down there.
I don't think there's a lot of precedent, or there's any precedent for someone like Udonis to make the route from Liberty City through France, undrafted, and then, you know, Pat Riley knighted him. Saw some desire underneath the blubber, the former blubber, I should say.
If you looked at Udonis when he first got to the University of Florida and you look at him now, you'd say, no way, that's the same person.
That's really been his career. I think he's reinvented himself really at every stop that he's been at.
He goes to the NBA, he has to rebound. He averaged more rebounds in his first year in the NBA than he ever did in college. He's just got an understanding. Now he's guarding small forward type guys in the NBA. He's completely changed his body. He's turned into a guy who now can be a defensive stopper.
It shows his character. You know, he willed himself into playing in the NBA. And he willed himself not to only make a team, but to be a factor on a team and take that team to, help take that team to another level.
I'm not going to always be in the stat sheets for 35 points or whatever the reason may be. But the things I bring to the table are very, very critical in being a champion. And that's what I pride myself in, being the type of player that bring those intangible things to the table that helps the team go to the next level.
He is an incredible competitor. Whatever needs to be done to win, he is willing to do. He is a guy that has understood that through winning, you're afforded a lot of opportunities. And because of the way he won in high school, because of the way he's won in college, and because of the way the Miami Heat have won, he's always had a job because of that.
I think if it wasn't for Coach Donovan, then I definitely wouldn't be sitting here today in the NBA, even though I didn't take the traditional route. The things that he helped me get through, that was way beyond natural talent, because I always got by on natural talent. And when I had to push myself mentally and physically to see how good I really could be, that was the thing that Coach Donovan made me do. And if it wasn't for that, then I wouldn't be able to be here today, because now my game is based on mental toughness, physical toughness, going the extra mile, doing the things that nobody else wants to do, taking charges, which we had a take charge drill that we had in college. Things like that have made me successful in this league, and those are things that I took from Coach Donovan at the University of Florida.